Century Arms International has been around for over 50 years, importing mainly a lot of different guns from all over the world. But they have now introduced their own US-made AK-47 rifle and pistol. And this is the C39, which Century Arms makes right there in Vermont. In fact, all the parts, pieces, even down to the last screw, is made right in the USA, and that's huge. All the receivers are billet machined steel. In fact, it's 4140 steel. Comes from an 11-pound block of steel, solid block. Now, engraved in the side of the receiver, Century Arms International, Georgia, Vermont. And then, of course, the American flag, made in the USA. You can't help but love an American flag on a Kalashnikov. The AK pistols have traditionally been just really a novelty. A lot of fun at the range, but they're very awkward. They're hard to shoot. This one comes without the pistol brace. But Century Arms International also produces these pistol braces for the AK-47. This is separate from the pistol. I believe you can buy it as a package. But I got the pistol first, and then I attached the pistol brace, which this really makes this an exceptional firearm at the range. Short barrel, but you don't need the SBR. The pistol without the brace comes in just over 6¼ pounds. With the brace, it's 7½ pounds. Overall length is 21 inches without the brace. With the brace is 29 inches. Now they come with a rail system right up front, and this is a polymer rail system with Picatinny rails from bottom, top, and on either side, and texturing right here on the handguard. Here's a top view of the handguard. It is vented, so it's going to keep it from really getting overheated, which is typical for a lot of the AKs with just the wood. So this is going to really help. Again, you know, you've got all your Picatinny rails that really, flashlights, a small red dot. You can't put a foregrip on here, but you can put a hand stop, and right here at the bottom. So that makes it a nice addition to these, and I like the way these are placed. Of course, there are a lot of aftermarket options that you can get for these. It also comes with a really ergonomic pistol grip with finger grooves, and then right here a groove for your thumb with nice texturing. It's coming with 2 US-made Tapco magazines. These are 30-round magazines. And the mag release has been increased. It's a larger paddle, so it's going to give you a little more oomph when inserting your magazine, but mainly when releasing it. And of course, it works with your standard steel magazines as well. The machining on the billet receiver is exceptional. I mean, there are no tool marks. It's just very well executed. It has lightning cuts right here to lessen some of the weight. It does have a nice Parkerized finish to it. It also comes with your standard AK safety, and this has also been Parkerized. Also, it has a stamped upper receiver cover. And that's just traditional. That's what most of them are. The sights are one thing that are completely different than your standard AKs. Your front sight here, of course, is totally different with the shark fin. It is integral with the gas block. And then back here, the rear has the same adjustments as your standard AK-47. But one of the things that it has in addition to is its windage adjustment. So you have your elevation, which you can just move this up. And then you have a little small set screw, and this whole blade back here moves left to right to give you windage. So there's no windage adjustment on the front. Now, one of the things I'm going to warn you about, and I've read this in a couple of different places, is that once you get this set in, there's a little set screw. You need to make sure that that is Loctited in, and that should hold, because they have been known to come loose. Here at the top of the sight, you can see that it goes into meters all the way out to 800 meters. Of course, with an 11 3/8 inch barrel, you're not really going to be shooting more probably than a couple of hundred meters. It does have one of the birdcage style flash hiders, and this is the reverse thread, so this will adapt to any of your AK-47 muzzle brakes or flash hiders.
Yeah, it rocks it. It does. It'll rise it up.
Yeah.
Just a little bit. Of course, that's pretty typical though for AK, especially pistol. What feels good though?
You will notice that there is no bayonet lug, and really that was to just answer any of the problems of going to states that still restrict bayonet lugs, which to me is absolutely ridiculous. But really, are you going to put a bayonet on a pistol? On the other hand, I think it would be pretty cool. The barrel is chrome line moly, so it's going to give you plenty of life. And of course, shooting steel cased ammunition these are made to shoot that kind of ammunition. Any of the Soviet guns, AKs, SKSs, most of your Soviet pistols. So you're going to really be able to shoot this cheap, and really that's a good thing, because when you have these 30-round magazines, it's hard not to keep having to reload. Now it comes with a sling swivel attached right here to the rear of the receiver. You're going to need to take off your dust cover and your bolt out to get to it to be able to pull it off. It's not that big a deal, but if you're going to add the pistol brace, you have to remove it. At the front we do have a sling swivel. You want to safety check the pistol, remove the magazine, bring the bolt back, and it is empty. To remove the dust cover, just push forward. Right here, this little tab brings the dust cover off. You have your recoil spring, just push it forward, bring it out. Go ahead and bring out your bolt carrier. And one thing you're going to notice right away are these lightning cuts in the bolt carrier. And this is going to lighten up the bolt. I did review the earlier C39 rifle. Same lightning cuts, a lot of the same quality that goes into this. And they're just exceptional. I was very impressed with the interior. There are no visible tooling marks that I could find. It does use one of the G2 Tapco triggers, and this is one of their double hook triggers. Just very smooth trigger system. I'll tell you what, Century has really done well. Tapco does an excellent job, especially with their triggers. I love their triggers. I've had them in a number of different AKs. But of course, this doesn't fall under the 922R compliance. But if you do have a regular standard AK, this does add to a lot of the parts that make this legal for importation in the United States with the Tapco system. And Tapco makes a lot of other parts. So if you do have another AK variant that's from another country, this is a great addition, easy way, and an excellent upgrade to your rifle. The grip is held in with a bolt that fits an Allen head screw. And this is what holds on your pistol brace. And I'm going to just go ahead and pull this loose to show you. It slides right out. Now, some guys will come in and put some set screws here to give it a little more stability. But as long as you keep your grip tight, this should hold up fine. Right here in the stock, it does have Century Arms International in the rubber, and of course made in the USA. And then you have your straps. If you want to use it as a pistol brace, which I can't stand that. I mean, it makes it really awkward. I love this, though, to shoulder it. And this really makes this, again, from a range toy to a really effective tactical firearm. And without all the SBR paperwork and getting the ATF involved, which is always a good thing. Of course, the bolt just comes out, turn it, pulls right out. Reinsert it. Just make sure you're getting it in the correct slots to hold it in place. Go ahead and re-enter it. Your bolt carrier, push down back here at the back, and then move it forward. Recoil spring back in. Now when reinstalling your dust cover, make sure you get it in between the slot right here. In fact, I was talking to a guy down at the Iraq Veteran Shoot that didn't get his properly aligned, and the thing came flying off and cut him in the face. So you definitely want to make sure this is done correctly. And you can see the grooves right here. Now one thing is, that's not proprietary to the C39. It's in any AK-47. Then just drop it down, you're ready to go. It does come with a Bulldog Tactical Cordura case. Really nice with magazine pouches. And then of course you have a sleeve here. And then the pistol fits down in real nice, but if you're going to put the pistol brace on, it's not going to fit. But one of the cool things is you can take your pistol brace, put it with it, and then just take your grip, take it off, and then put it on when you get to where you're going, if you want to use this case. To reinstall the brace, loosen up your grip. The brace slides right in between the gap of your grip, and then tighten it down. You want to, again, make sure it's real good and tight. Honestly, I don't think I'll ever shoot this without the pistol brace, so a good bit of Loctite there would be nice just to keep that steady. I did find the Century Arms pistol braces on J&G sales. They were running $119, not a bad price, and really a must-have for this pistol. It was a lot of fun at the range. You know, it fed really well. I think right at first we had one little single hiccup, just when pulling the bolt back, but no big deal. In fact, I think it was like within the first magazine. And after that, we put a lot of rounds downrange, no problems whatsoever.
Let me see this doing. Is it just short stroking?
Seems like it. Of course, this is brand new. I hadn't touched it with anything, so.
Yeah.
And one thing we're going to do is to put on one of the Micro Max red dots from Leatherwood Hilux. It's a new sight from those guys, and we're going to try it out because really this little pistol just calls for a nice little red dot on front, and I think that would really make this a total package. Century Arms offers a 1-year warranty on the pistol for any defects. One of the things though too is that these are hand inspected, every one that goes out, to make sure that the barrels are correctly fitted, the gas tubes are in line, the parts fit well, the finish is done well, which is really great. I know Century Arms has really stepped up their game, especially now that they're starting to produce firearms. And bringing a milled AK-47 for under $600. In a number of places I saw these around the $560 mark. So check out Century Arms International, and I'll have some links down below with some of the places you can find these. I think Atlantic Firearms, again, J&G Sales, Eat Cheaper Than Dirt. There's a number of places that you can find these. One thing that it will do for you, and I can guarantee it, is put a big smile on your face. The C39 pistol and C39 rifles, excellent quality. Again, made in the USA, Century Arms, thumbs way up. Be strong, be of good courage. God bless America. Long live the Republic. One of the things they've done lately, but they have now developed their own drop it down into making sure you're, to reinstall the brace, just loosen up your grip. To reinstall the brace, just loosen up your grip.
I can crouch down a little bit.
Oh, no, don't you do that. Just kidding.
That way people come up.
That way
people won't come up to me and go, God, I thought you were going to be a lot taller.